Welcome to Fable Table, an actual play live stream focused on critical world building, collaborative storytelling, and finding the fun in games. I'm your host, Nick Bowen. Joining me today, continuing our game of The Wildsea by Felix Isaacs, is the cast of Season 3, which includes Andy pointing right back at me for some odd reason, and then we've got some other people like...
I think it was pointing at the picture on his...
And then there's Shannon. And then I'll duck so you can point over at Travis and Brian.
Travis and Brian.
Wait.
You did
Am I
it.
doing this the right way, or wait? I have to go that way or that way?
And then
Do whatever you want. Yep. So we are on the potentially penultimate episode of our season. The cast seems to be disagreeing with me, but we'll see. So y'all are in the shit. What's going on? Who wants to handle our recap?
Oh, fuck.
It's been a hot minute since I did it, so I can go briefly over my notes and I'll go ahead and say what's going on. We entered last episode with a sweet little montage as we are seeing... Oh, shit. There we go. Nice. It's like... Now I'm distracted, Andy. Damn it. Okay. Slight montage as Ollie looks at the map and sees that a dot is moving towards us. This map being one that tells us where Leviathans are in the Wildsea. We cut to a scene of Captain Sage and his group of merry wild sailors getting slaughtered by Anima. Their ships being destroyed, scattered amongst the trees. We cut back in as we go to Dill, an Exaltair, going to a shop station and finding a twin horn as they try to find Volpa, the person that we are searching for in this city, who is not there, hasn't been there, and won't be there until later. Amber and Prickles also go searching for information, trying to find a way to get in the good graces of the city and find information on Volpa, where we learn of Auric, an engineer for the hearth who is in need of fuel that we can provide. We then trade our multi-dongle to repair our entire ship.
Get that dongle out there.
It's hanging out there.
That might be a little bit reductive. There was a lot of stuff traded, but I think this guy was willing to help as a matter of building good faith with you all.
Yes. And we start working on a track of Anima showing up as we take montage actions. Exaltair clears a mire that has been troubling him. Dill meets Auric, forces him to drink lots of absinthe, and helps him make himself chemical buckshot, which I have labeled with a plus, and then parentheses, sea god afterwards. Can't wait to see that in action.
Oh, dear.
Prickles trades a chart for a whisper, and we are waiting for Amber's montage action to start our session today, but we were given a small scene at the end where Auric was talking to Dill in sadness as he's saying, "I'm sorry about your friend. Oh my God, I shouldn't have done what I did." As Dill learns that Ollie, our beloved ironbound companion, best of friends who all aboard the Taco Tuesday, is gone.
Favorite side character.
Auric has fed him to the hearth. As fuel.
Is that the word he used?
What word?
Fed him?
No.
Okay.
That's my...
Yeah.
That's your editorializing?
My expose. The direct quote that I did write down with parentheses, as I know it was a direct quote, is, "OMG, I'm sorry about your friend, but I shouldn't have done what we did. We know now that Ollie is gone. Maybe not dead, but not in control of his own functions.
But sacrificed on the altar of the tower.
Mm-hmm.
And Dill revealed to Oric that he's ironbound and told him that he's going to pay, and we're going to make sure he does and redeems himself.
That's right.
And we are but Amber's montage action away from the offering, which is the systematic ritual that Twinhorn used to redeem and give food and fuel to the people of the tower. It is near approaching, but before then, Amber has one more thing to do, and then we'll see what results from that, and then let our plans unfold. Let us go, Nick.
Let us go. So, that was a great recap. If I remember correctly, Oric felt kind of emboldened, maybe not emboldened, but a little inspired by your reveal of being ironbound. Is that ringing true?
Yeah.
Yes, inspired and probably scared and
very sad.
What were the three descriptors you said you gave for him at the end of the session last week?
That he was desperate was one of them.
Oh, yes. Well, I told you, maybe this was after the call or the stream had ended, but I told you that my 3 descriptors that I wrote for him in my little character description were craven, deranged, and desperate. I don't know if I've brought all of those to life yet, so...
Boy.
We need just a touch more deranged, in my opinion.
Yep. On it. You got it.
I'm getting the Craven and the Desperate, though. Coming through strong.
Good.
Craven and desperate people are targets for cults. We can get him. We'll social engineer him into our crew. We'll put him on our side.
He's like right there. He's so close. Yeah.
We will make him deranged.
Yeah, the Twin Horns won't accept him, but we will. Let's start gaslighting him. Shannon, your move.
Oh, fuck.
Put a target upon his back. And we are the arrow.
We'll gaslight him. Oh, yeah, Shannon, what was your action?
Oh, Jesus. Fuck. Thank you. Always stalling. Yep.
It's really creepy when you do that, Andy, because I think like the camera recontrasts and it looks like you go into a pitch black room with just your screen on. Or is that the case?
That's my internal monologue.
Okay. So
let's go start because you're hearing my thoughts.
Fair enough. So, Shannon, what would you like to do with this time?
Oh gosh, I think that one of the things that she's gonna do. So let me ask you this: have we gone back to the ship at this point?
You can be wherever you want.
Okay, I'm back at the ship, and I see that there is a little red dot coming toward the black thingy.
Yes.
And I see that Anima is coming. And I'm going to be a little panicked, but I'm also going to have the presence of mind to warn everybody. I'm going to warn my crew, especially. And I'm going to, I don't know, how would I warn the Twin Horns or the people that there is a giant Leviathan heading to the tower as we speak, and that we need to like batten down the hatches and like prepare for war?
That's such a great question that you'll need to answer for yourself.
Like how
excellent.
So some time passed since Ali noticed like it on the map. How close is it now?
Okay, yeah, where are we on the track?
Imagine we'll find out once we get to these key black markers on the track. There's even 2 of them that denote actions or even events that may
we're not at the offering yet. The offering happens after Cracker Box 2.
Mm-hmm. Cracker Box.
Tracker?
He said Tracker Box, but it's Cracker Box.
Also, but I was like,
Cracker Box, what are we talking about?
So between box 2 and 3, there will be the offering.
Okay.
I am not telling you what the little event between 4 and 5 is.
You have a little bit of time. Essentially, this whole track was a day and a half day.
So,
Okay.
Here is what I will say. Anima is almost halfway between the Spearing Fens and Volpa's ship.
Oh, okay. Man, she needs to get back to that ship. Will it attack if it's not active? Or online? Like, will it absorb her ship?
We don't know. And remember,
I don't think there's any way for us to know until it
on
happens.
the way to the tower. So it could be that's just the waypoint between the Spearing Fence and the tower that is being used as the descriptive.
Okay.
We found it on the way.
Yep. Okay. So, Amber is back on the ship. She sees the blinking red dot and that it is closer. And she recognizes it for what it is. She realizes that Anima is in fact on its way.
Yep. You look at the data pad, maybe to message Iota.
I'm gonna pull out my...
Yeah. There is what is described as a... there's like a notification at the top of the chat that's like, this contact is out of range.
So we can't reach Iota. So I can't beg for help. That sucks. Okay. That was going to be one of my possible actions. So even if she's out of range, she can still receive messages whenever she does come back into range. So I'm going to send a message off and say, like, Anima is on her way to the tower where we currently are, where we went to search for Volpa. No sign of Volpa here, but all of the people in this tower will die if Anima attacks. Send firepower, send help, send something, help us. And then, like, send. That's going to be the message.
Help us, exclamation, smiley face emoji, send.
Smiley face, maybe an eggplant because she's spicy. And yeah, I think, like, okay, once she has, like, her head around the fact that, like, there's a little red dot coming. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me understand this right, Shannon. You're going to text someone that's in a lesbian relationship from her girlfriend's data pad. An eggplant.
Yeah, just an eggplant. There was no sploosh after the eggplant. There was nothing suggestive about that.
Understood. Got it. Cool.
It's almost the same.
What is an eggplant? What even is an eggplant in this world right now?
What is an eggplant?
You guys are very preoccupied with the nature of the eggplant and not the incongruence of help me, eggplant.
Yeah, but the smiley face said an eggplant. You guys really, it's all about the context with which the eggplant is received.
Help me, we're hungry.
All right.
We're hungry over here.
Yeah,
these people don't have food.
We're starving. We need it.
Send aubergines, please.
They send aubergines? Goodness,
Oh
Nick.
my god, Andy. Incredible.
So next, Amber, go ahead.
Amber is then gonna, like, run around, find the rest of her crew, who she assumes are nearby and on board, but not Dill. Dill is with Auric currently. So since this is one of those things, like, where she really needs everybody to be aware, I think that she's gonna grab Salt and she's gonna grab Prickles. I almost called you Pickles, buddy. I'm so sorry. She's gonna grab Prickles.
I answered anything. Call me again if you need to.
And she's gonna be like, we need to find Dill. Anima is on its way. Help me. And let's I think he went off to find Auric. Somehow I know that. And we're gonna crash their party. And I think that when we get to Auric's door, it will be like when, like, Dill is playing, like, Big Spoon and Auric is like Little Spoon, like, waping on his chest.
Okay.
And we burst in. I'm not knocking. Yeah. I'm not asking for entrance. I'm just coming in.
Hey, really quick, before we leave the ship, I say, give me one moment, and I return carrying a sack of something, and then we go.
Right on. Perfect.
So as people are assembling for the offering, the immediate area in the center of town, outside of the port, and once you get to the actual like tower itself, is pretty bustling, and there is a great concentration of twin horns that are patrolling along with their stagger saints. Don't forget those things are the just giant tall mechs. Yes.
On the leg.
Yeah. What is your there are a lot of eyes on y'all. And you're heading towards like the red line that divides the Undercity that you are not allowed in, but you're not going to be quite going there. We're going to completely ignore the fact that I don't think any of you know where Oryx's abode is, but
we did. We found out where he lived from the guy
just around the corner from the gate to the Undercity.
I thought you got walked down there, but maybe I'm misremembering. That's fine.
Didn't he say it was his home and workshop?
You're the only one who's met Oryx, so you may know, but we may not.
Yeah, I thought it was like your contact.
Yeah, like he gave us his like
all
the name and like where we could find him.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. So are you making any efforts to, I don't know,
be stealthy to not draw attention to ourselves so that we don't get like stopped and manhandled? I know I draw a crowd because I've got like a shard tape on.
You're not doing anything particularly like untoward or illegal. I'm just
we're not
kind of
covered in filth. We're not like these people, so we draw the eye.
Yeah, you're just being noticed is all I'm saying, unless you want to make an effort to not be noticed.
I'll make an effort to not be noticed. Okay. I'll roll for that.
Okay.
Let's see. Outwit. I've got 2 in outwit.
Perfect.
May I offer a potential advantage?
Yes.
Please.
I have the aspect Iris Blossom, which allows me to see heat the way others see color. So I can identify those who are around and look for a spot where maybe there aren't as many bodies, maybe a side passage, an alleyway where nobody is currently standing. It gives us a place to possibly sneak behind.
And I have Grace as well.
Okay.
I love it. Let's look for a cold spot.
Let's do that. Give me, that sounds like 4d6.
Oh my god. I hope I don't suck.
When I was creating this character, I looked at Iris Blossom, I'm like, this might be fun. I don't know if I'll ever use it. I've used it more than any other aspect I've picked up so far.
Yeah.
I've loved it.
A 5, a 4, a 1, and a 2.
A 5, a 4, a 1, and a 2. So a 5.
Conflict.
A conflict with no twist.
Untwisted.
Fuck.
I think that you find that what you need to do to avoid prying eyes isn't it's kind of difficult. There are so many not many, but there's lots of pipes and spots in this city where there is a huge amount of heat. But people tend to be congregating around those. So it's really a matter of like looking for the negative spaces and just pursuing those. And not even so much about looking like where are people, but like just in general, where are the coldest spots in the city? Just head in that general direction, even if we can't see if people are around those corners or not.
We're just looking for the cold spots. Okay.
Yeah, and it works pretty well. Give me one sec. Looking at your characters for fun things. Amber, evens or odds?
Evens.
Okay, let me roll a d6 here and roll 20. Evens, it's you. Okay.
Oh boy.
Amber, as you all are navigating and looking for a pathway forward with fewer prying eyes, there are a couple of young folk, children, who sneak past you all, or run past you all, and it is after they have turned a corner, and maybe even a block or two away, you realize that something has gone missing. I would like to... I don't want to like completely eliminate an aspect here.
No.
That would be very mean.
That would be so mean.
That would be the meanest. Oh, you want to know what's missing?
Uh-oh.
The data pad.
No. How could they get it off of me? It's like close to my bosom. All right. I accept. That's fine.
I don't accept that.
No, we're going
As
to
soon as
chase
you
them.
notice
We're
it,
going to
we
get it
go-
back.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah,
Yeah.
No.
So,
Salt draws his saber and chases after the children.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for this.
okay.
I'm going to use my fragmented limb and slap the shit out of them. Let's do this.
Okay. So I'm going to need a roll from the group to chase after these children. And
Make sure you guys draw lots of attention to yourself in this place. We're trying to be discreet by
Yeah,
chasing the street
absolutely.
children.
100%.
It's okay. We can go loud because we're gonna take care of it
now,
quickly.
I
And
will
then
say
we'll,
is you are at this point you are removed from where there are a ton of prying eyes. You did succeed on that roll, and this was a crime of opportunity. That where there was not going to be many others around, particularly the enforcers of the Twin Horns, to stop them. So you don't have to worry about that in the immediate.
I know what I'm gonna do.
Let's go beat up some kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Salt doesn't draw his saber. Salt draws his manifold bow.
Jesus. Your manifold bow.
Yes.
A finely crafted bow paired with an expansive quiver can deal long-range damage of 3 types chosen. Oh
yeah,
my
and
god.
You'll see in my notes I chose spike, volt, and salt.
Oh, okay, cool. So they are out of your line of sight at the moment. So what is your approach to... Yeah, you don't notice it. Like, Amber doesn't notice it immediately.
Does Prickles, can he use his heat vision to find those little bastards?
I think
I
I go hunting.
Whatever's happening, we're sprinting.
Yeah, I think Salt, you go high, I go low.
I'm coming.
And I'll hunt them down.
Fucking
If I
middle
see
for
I'll
them.
point
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we rolling?
I'm gonna need a roll from both Prickles and Salt, I think, each going their own way.
Is this to catch up to them, or is this to like try to solve the situation?
I don't want to spend too much time on it, so it's more of like, what is your broad approach to finding
my goal
these
is
kids?
To shoot like a pinning shot on the kid that has the data pad.
Okay.
Like shoot,
but don't shoot the data pad.
With the arrow to like pin their clothing to something.
Excellent.
Okay,
but I'm gonna use the volt so it also tasers them.
Excellent.
Oh shit!
Nice.
That sounds like a hunt to me, both in the sense of like tracking them and shooting them.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm good with hunt, and then I think instinct. This is like quick reaction to get to them and know which way they turned and stuff, and know where to expect to see them, and reflex shot.
Very nice.
I can
For Prickles, you're
offer.
coming with me. Is there anything that
Can I offer? I would like to use my Iris Blossom and my efficiency in hunt as well. I have 2 points in it. You find him, spot him, and then I want to act as the spotter, and then find this kid or find the group of kids, point him out to Salt, and then let him take a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would it be better
Extra
for me
set of eyes
to give
to
him advantage so we
find
have
where
one
they are?
roll?
Okay. Manifold bow will allow you to make this roll without having to close the distance. And
I'm picturing this like Volt as like a little taser thing that maybe if they're close together, maybe it'll like get the group. But I don't know if it'll
okay.
if that jives with you.
Okay, so this sounds like an instinct or grace hunt. Where you have assistance from Prickles, and if you want, you can mark your Cyclopean mantle to be able to look through walls and objects that might be hiding behind.
Yeah. Okay, that's my last track. What does that mean for an aspect? It just means I can't use it.
That means you
again
will not be able to
until
use it until you use some sort of action or resource
montage or whatever.
Yeah, some way of repairing it or recharging it, whatever that means. I'm not really sure
Yeah.
for the Cyclopean mantle.
Yeah. Okay. I think what it looks like is what the Cyclopean mantle looks like when it's got all 4 boxes ticked is it's just got a really red dry eye. And to heal it is I gotta get some like eye drops on there.
Perfect.
There's like a little lid that looks like an eyelid that you just shut.
That's scratchy. Yeah.
All right, so that's 2 for hunt, 1 for instinct, 1 for the mantle, 1 for Prickles help.
Yep.
So that's 5.
5d6.
Nice.
I'm gonna say that there is a cut of 1 here since these kids had a little bit of a head start, but
That seems fair.
this is a great approach, so it could have been worse.
Yeah. So 5 is the highest. That's cut. But what I rolled is 5, 5, 3, 3, 3.
Okay, so still a 5 with a twist.
Full house.
Okay, so you managed to identify the kids. They are grouped together. They're kind of amateurish at this. You managed to shoot your bow
Oh no.
with a Volt weapon.
Now the question is, my goal was to like pin the kid. Do I just shoot him?
I have a twist.
What's the twist? I haven't told you the penalty yet, the failure at part of this.
Oh, go ahead. My bad.
But I want to hear what your twist pitch is first.
Oh, that the Volt also shocked the data pad and triggered some software process that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
That is a good
Sorry
twist.
We'll have
Started
to
something or
possibly
shorted
restart
something
it.
or sent a message or
We can't use it
something
until we find a way to
unpredictable.
fix it or until it recycles and resets.
That's a good idea
Or
for the
or
consequence.
just sent 100 eggplants to everybody in the address book.
Oh. Perfect.
That
You really get
got
to
me a
know who
little
your
bit,
friends
Andy.
are. Yeah.
Any
Yeah,
any
maybe it boosts the signal for a split second.
now you're gonna make me feel like an asshole for the consequence I was gonna impose. So maybe I
You're
need to
just gonna
think
kill
of.
a child?
I was think. Well, wait. Is that one of our lines?
It's like, wait, hold on. Am I allowed? Am I allowed? Am I allowed?
I don't want to hurt children.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have
as long as we don't
any
hurt their
strong
teeth.
opposition.
Harm to
As long as we don't hurt
children
their
teeth, I think
is
it's okay.
not marked.
Well, there
Okay.
you go.
Okay.
I think you got your answer there, Nick.
Please ask. Minotaur penis plushies.
What?
Minotaur penis plushies. Are they on there?
No.
You
Okay.
mistake,
Someone
Nick. Allowing us to
I
edit this page.
like the twist that the data pad becomes disrupted. I'm going to say that you're not able to contact Iota this quarter or this tick of the track, and the data pad is doing self-diagnostics for the next self-diagnostic and repair for the next quarter day, the next box. However, Salt, what goes wrong here? Why does your arrow fly a little untrue?
Where did you hit the child?
Salt's training is not in intentionally missing a target. It's in going for effective shots.
Center of mass.
That's one way to look at a possible failure here. Or one possible way the shot goes wrong.
Okay.
Or maybe that's it. Like, he knows that his instinct is to go for like a kill shot, and he knows that he doesn't want to do this to his kid, so he gets like scared or nervous. There's added pressure to the shot itself.
Yeah, I think you let loose your arrow, and I think you know exactly where this arrow lands. And we hear a just blood-curdling scream from this child. And the children all run away. A trail of blood left in their wake. And the data
abandon their friend?
And the friend is running away.
Okay, so he's alive. That's fine.
He's just wounded.
Yeah.
So long as we don't investigate.
Yep.
He made it out okay.
I'm going to veil this, even though it was not marked as a veil. And the data pad is dropped.
Okay, great.
And recovered.
I pick up the data pad and immediately retreat as quickly as possible. We were trying to be stealthy, and now there's a big flashing red beacon. Something is wrong here. We get out of Dodge as quickly as we can.
And it
we
does
lost track of Schrodinger.
Yeah,
Schrodinger Jr. We lost track of him.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
If he's alive enough to run away, then that's all we really need to know. Or limp away, or, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he's bleeding, it means his heart's pumping, right?
Exactly. We don't have to look at how far apart those blood spurts are spaced out or anything.
I thought you were gonna burn the kid really bad, and I was just gonna give him some aloe vera and tell him to rub some dirt on it. But
there's no dirt here. There's very little dirt anywhere. There's snow. Which honestly,
he would spend the next week trying to figure out what the heck I meant by that. Maybe I just heard it from a wild sailor somewhere.
Oh no! You know what there is? There's soot.
It sounds so much worse.
Yep,
it really does.
It is much worse.
It's not ash into your.
But I don't know why it sounds worse. Why would it be worse than dirt? If anything, it's got to be better because it's burnt. So
this is reminding me of Futurama, where the lie detector was on Nixon's head, and he's like, "Well, at any rate, I wouldn't hurt the child," and it was like, that's all I can think of right now.
All right, so we
got the data pad. We skedaddle.
You make it to Ollie Oxenfree. Really quickly.
Ollie's dead.
Nope. I meant Auric.
Correct.
Oryx.
Hey, Salt, you maimed a child, Mark Meyer.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
And if the rest of you, Amber and Prickles, if you feel like marking Meyer, go for it.
If you feel like marking Meyer.
No.
I think you're underestimating just how much I don't care about hurting a little kid. So, what have they ever done for us?
It's just reinforcing my mind.
The only one that makes sense here is your hands shake under pressure.
Yeah,
So
that's the one I saw.
Damn.
I thought you said Amber was worried about being the bad guy.
Yeah, Amber's
Was,
constantly worried about being the bad guy.
She was.
And then
until
the
someone
child
stole her
marked
shit.
his Meyer. Something is hunting you. You're sure of it.
She was worried about being the bad guy in terms of like.
Who she was in the past.
Exactly. She knows who she is right now, and someone stole her shit.
Fair enough.
Gotcha.
Okay. The party reunites in Auric's abode. Auric is surprised to see 3 more people walk into his home. And he says, so, y'all are wanting help too, I take it.
We'd like to help you.
Help me.
If you'll let us.
Well, you see, I don't really know how you could help. I've done a terrible thing, and to your crewmate, and I don't know. I feel like maybe I should just get out of here. When were you all leaving?
I think Ollie would want you to help us help this city.
You're more than welcome to come with us once our task is complete.
What's your task?
We value your expertise.
Absolutely. Prickles, you want to tell them what we got?
Prickles takes the sack off of his shoulder, reaches inside, and pulls out a power cell. A pre-V power cell that we took from the ship.
Whoa.
That was Volpus.
Those are quite nice. That would certainly keep this city running for probably a year on just and he like counts the number of them in the sack. What you got there? That's
I pulled one out.
He asks how many of those you've got.
Easy now, friend. Why don't you show us where we plugged this in?
Yeah. Sure. But I don't know if it's gonna do any good. The engine, while fuel has been a problem, we have some, but it's the fact that the engine is dying. That's what they needed your friend Ollie for.
Ollie is part of the engine now?
So to speak. Whatever makes you all tick, makes you all alive, that essence.
I give him a significant...
What do you mean by you all?
Sorry, not you, but Ironbound.
I give him a significant glance, possibly letting my Ironbound eyes glow a little bit, and tell him, take us where we need to go. It's the right thing to do.
Okay, well, you picked a good time. Everyone's going to be up above with the offering. We'll need to sneak past a couple guards at the checkpoint, but
Do you like these guards?
Like, draws
Are they
his
nice?
bow.
Yeah.
No.
I've got my shard hand like ready to go. Like, are you attached to these guards?
I mean, they're my people.
That's not what I asked.
Can you talk us through them?
Yeah. Yes.
If there's a way to do it non-violently, we definitely will. But speed is the most important thing at this point. So if it comes down to violence it is. But let's try the non-violent tack.
Sure.
First.
And I'm still dressed as a twin horn, right? So
yes,
like I still have some
exactly. Yeah. So
light authority.
what he proposes is that basically y'all get in some carts. The three of you that are not a twin horn or himself get like
Wookiee prisoner.
No, like you get in like wagons or carts, like a package cart, and he will the two of you, or the two of Dill and he will wheel these carts down that you are in, and they're covered in tarps, and they'll just go through the checkpoint and be like, we've got more fuel now, look at these batteries, we got to plug these in right now.
The good old
or
laundry cart.
Or he says, and this would I don't want to suggest anything, but they'll be even more eager to let us pass and get us down there quicker if it would be even more believable if we told them we had another Ironbound.
I am not willing to risk Dill.
Okay.
I agree. That's off the table. It's already dangerous enough.
I'm sorry. I suggested it. It was a dumb idea. I meant nothing by it. Really, Dill. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go.
Here, Oric, you can push the cart with me in it. Because Prickles doesn't want to get in the cart with anybody else, or he'll stab them with the needle. But
yeah,
I will get underneath the tarp. But I'm going to have my flare pistol drawn and ready.
Oh my god. Please let his cart be the one that they kind of check. They go to reach in to check and just...
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and mark the next quarter day.
Right.
As the offering begins. There is some amplified voices, like amplified by mechanical and electronic means, up above, that are extremely muffled and you can't really make it out. But they're talking, there's lulls, there is what sounds like a large community groaning. And like a disappointed groan, like an ah.
Like somebody spun a wheel and they got a 0.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Exactly. And I think in the HBO special that is this season of this show, we do cut to they're essentially drawing lots. And checking lists and distributing different types of resources to different people. Everyone's getting basic goods like food and water. Well, water is actually quite plentiful around here because of the snow, but food is being distributed to everyone, whereas more luxury goods, as they would call them, are they have like lists and drawings and stuff. But we don't get to see any of those specifics there. Meanwhile, the rest of you are loaded into carts and wheeled down to the checkpoint, to the Undercity. And you see that there's just 2 guards kind of blocking the path down this particular spiral. Remember that there are 2 spirals in a helix moving down the city. As you approach these twin horns up above, ahead, Dill, you get kind of like what you can only imagine are looks of recognition from them as they nod in your general direction, but you can't see their eyes or their faces because they're all wearing masks like you. Well, you're not wearing a mask, you just are a mask. They assume your head is a mask.
Yep. And I repeat
we fashioned a mask for him. With the horns.
Hand gestures that I saw some twin horns doing up above.
Yeah. So Oric is going to feed them a line of bullshit. Well, it's not honestly bullshit. He says, like, we have power cells, a whole bag of them, as well as a bunch of other scrap materials that a couple of wild sailors from the Taco Tuesday traded. Most of the offerings up above are, in fact, thanks to them. Those guys are heroes.
Quite generous.
Indeed. And basically I just need a sort of like believable like representation of a twin horn from you, Dill.
Oh God.
That was it. I concurred. They're quite generous. They've added good stock to the city.
Okay, give me a roll to convince them.
Oh,
I'll be
God.
back up to see the end of the offering soon.
Excellent.
I'm gonna ready my fragmented limb just in case.
I'm cocked to the
Yeah, I'm
This
letting.
is
pistol here.
This is tides and outwit, I think.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Hang on.
I don't think I could inconspicuously draw a bow
Or instinct and outwit.
underneath
Probably
the
not.
tarp or whatever.
Real question is, who do I shoot first, Oric or the guards?
Rocka Spit? No. They would want
The guards first.
They would
No,
want
I said
knock.
That I used a hand signal that I did like a sort of like subtle salute that I saw one of the twin horns doing up above.
Ooh.
The subtle salute was this.
Yeah.
Nice.
I would take Flourish for that.
All right. Tides flourish, instinct flourish.
Sure.
Andy, don't you have like 1,000 skills with one rank in them?
Yeah.
And flavor engineer. I'm always gonna push for that in every role.
Yeah, how are you concealing your body again? You've got like a cloak on or something?
Yeah, it was wrapped in a cloak and they put the mask on.
Okay.
And it's really good disguise. Don't look too close.
Your body cracks and splits, weakness spreading. Do I want to impose mire here? It hasn't come up a ton.
This guy walks past us trying to do the Wookiee prisoner gag and gives us a different way to pass this obstacle, and then it's to pick on my Myers.
Hell yeah. Welcome to the game. No, I won't do that. In fact, I'll give you an advantage since like you all have like a believable and valuable resource that you've recovered.
Yeah.
All right, so 3
dice.
3 dice.
I think we're kind of helpless to assist in any way.
Well, if you assist, you the jig is up.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
5,
Double
5,
Double
2.
fives. It's a double 5 night.
It is.
Twists. Anyone got any ideas?
One of the other twin horns is also an ironbound.
Absolutely not.
Fuck. Okay.
One of them offers to follow us
Or
Oh,
one of
there you
them
go. Help out.
requests a bribe
or help
from Oric.
move the carts or something.
Well, yeah, one of them requests a bribe. I like that one.
The help gives us a future complication.
Are you actually going to be donating the
Not the full bag.
the batteries to them?
Not the
just the
whole
one.
thing.
One battery.
A battery.
A battery.
We
Yeah.
had, to the best of my recollection, Nick, there were 4.
Okay. One of those
One
would...
of them is on our ship powering the map right now.
Oh, that's
Right.
right. Yeah, so one of these batteries, according to Oric, will power the entire engine for 3 months.
You told us a year when we first talked to him, like 10 minutes ago.
I forgot how many were in the bag, but the total amount I had decided was going to be a year.
Okay.
as a nice
Well, 3 months is pretty
round number.
good.
Yeah,
Now-
one battery for 3 months.
3 months for essentially free. Just a small favor.
Um,
I have 2 in the bag with me right now, Nick. I
Yeah.
wanted to bring 2. One
Okay.
for Auric and one in case we find whatever's left of Ollie down here.
okay.
I left one on the ship and one is on the ship powering the map. That's where
Okay.
our 4 spells are at the moment.
So one of them is like, well done. Good job, Auric. And Auric is gonna pay off one of them. That's a good twist. And your consequence is that the other is going to go, well, hey, what about me? And he's going to start reaching inside under the tarp and start feeling around for something.
He's reaching in the bag in my cart.
Roll for it.
We need to.
Flip a coin.
It's not.
So I mean,
Prickles or
it's-
I
I
mean,
want-
results.
Card.
Yeah, it's not Auric's cart. It's one of the other two. So
Okay.
Travis and Shannon
and
roll.
I'm gonna grab his hand. Oh,
What?
I was gonna take an action in response, but you're giving it to Shannon. Go for it.
Shannon and Travis roll d6. 1d6. Whoever rolls low, that's whose cart he's reaching into.
And
Got
I
a
rolled
6.
pretty low.
Fuck.
You're in a cart together. I thought the 2 of them in
Oh,
this
they
one. that
are.
I'm
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
so they're. I'm sorry. He's reaching into their cart.
Yeah, I thought Prickles was in one, and then the both of
Yeah.
us were in the other.
I need to
I'm
be
sorry.
in
If
the
you
cart.
get
You don't want to
stabbed
bounce into me
otherwise.
on the and you get jostled
I'm
around.
sorry. I lost track of that detail. So, Dill, what are you doing in response to this as he starts?
Oh, I lean in to menace a little bit as a fellow twin horn and say, "Stay your hand, soldier. This isn't for you."
Ooh.
It's offering night. Come on. Don't
Your
tell.
offering will be upstairs, if anything.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you're not taking something off the taking your own cut here too. And he's like dangerously close to reaching the 2 of you.
Do I have the drop on him?
I mean, he's looking right at you as he's like leaning in and like reaching around. I mean, he's kind of exposed because one of his arms is in here and the other's.
Does Salt have the drop on him? Does Amber have
You
the drop
all
on
have
him?
the drop on him. It's your moment.
I'm going to use a piece of my shard to slice his hand open. My shard cloak to slice his hand open. You shouldn't be rummaging around in a bin with scrap in it. That's a good
there's
way to
sharp
get a
scrap in
nail in
there.
your fucking hand. Yeah,
Richard, whatever his name is.
it's Richard.
It's Richard.
Big twin horn.
Hey, my friends call me Dick.
Ricky twins.
My friends
Yeah.
call me Dick, okay?
Horns.
Mm,
Dick Horns, that's my nickname.
I hate it.
What does Dick Horn do when he
Awesome.
cuts his
Okay.
hand?
He goes, "Ow, fuck! What do you got in here?" And he goes to reveal the tarp.
Again.
A
No,
spectral cat
sorry,
leaps
hang
out.
on. Hang on. No, that's jumping the gun here. Hang on. He cuts his hand and he seethes and he's like holding his hand. What the fuck do you have in here?
Special salvage. Things you can't wrap your head around. Here, have a drink instead. And I hand him one of the water bottles that I collected from
Mm.
the Volpa's ship.
And what am I gonna do about this cut?
It's
Alcohol's a disinfectant.
Oh, it's water, not acid.
God damn it. Okay.
But you'll clean it up as you would with any other injury. Dick.
Yeah. And he kind of puffs his chest. And what are you gonna give me that I'm gonna clean it with? Or soothe my and he struggles to find the word. What's gonna make me whole?
Can we just punch him in the face?
I
am staring at the like vast amount of salvage and specimens and items that you all have, and y'all are like, we're gonna punch this guy rather than just pay him off.
Absolutely.
I would love
Yeah,
to
no,
give him
fuck this
something,
guy.
but he's not reaching in my cart. Nick.
Brian's
no way
picking
we
up
can
on what I was putting
communicate.
down.
I have an
Has to be
oppositional
resolved, damn
reaction. This guy has been shitty, and I don't want to give him anything. So
Sticky
I
twin.
We'll back
He
your play,
deserves
Andy, whatever you
nothing.
decide.
you're getting nothing, soldier.
All right.
Back away.
Give me.
Can I?
I will roll to intimidate him away. Back away.
Yeah. Give me an.
That's what I was trying to do originally when I told him to stay his hand.
Outwit, maybe? Or brace?
I figured this is like an iron.
Iron brace sounds really
Iron
good.
brace. Yeah, this is the defense.
Yeah.
All right, so 2.
Give me iron brace.
Okay.
Awesome.
Double ones incoming. All right,
All
that's
right.
a failure.
We're gonna kill
Alright,
this
we
guy.
gotta kill
All right.
What you have failed to recognize is that this guy's posting, it's not a like he outranks you, but socially he outranks you. You're a grunt walking around doing shit, and he just gets to stand around all day because somebody likes him. And he says, "Excuse me?"
I got so much shrift up above, though. I had so much like swag with the other twin horns and like other people up above.
I have something that I'd like to pitch.
What's that?
A semi-spectral cat leaps from underneath the tarp and starts attacking this dude's face, and then leaps off and then fades away because he's like a ghost.
Awesome.
Okay. A cat leaps up and starts scratching the shit out of his face. This guy starts yelling. Get it off! Get it off! What the fuck? And his buddy, what's Dick's partner's name?
Todd.
Cheese. Chicken cheese.
No, I'm. We'll save cheese for your next character, Andy. What was that, Shannon?
I said Todd.
Todd, perfect. Todd grabs his weapon and goes to attack this cat that leaps off of his face at the last second and disappears.
I duck and just push the cart forward.
I would like to use this
ignoring this.
distraction to push a collection of small scarab shells, along with a few leaves of aloe vera, under the tarp into Oric's hand, and see if Oric will give him something to placate him. Aloe vera for the cut, scarab shells for a better mask.
I love it and understand. Go ahead and tick those off. And Oric is going to do his absolute best groveling and sucking up, which he's been doing his entire life here.
He was born for this.
And he will.
Maybe it's Maybelline. That's his last name.
What's that? Maybelline?
Maybelline. Maybe he was born for it.
My God. And Oric will get you all past this checkpoint. But Dick points at you, Dill, and says, "I've got your number." And it like does the eyes thing, even though that makes no cultural sense.
So excited. He's like, "Yes, you do."
Perfect.
And Oric will escort you all down to the engine, which is like, I don't know if y'all saw the depth of this tower. Like, the entire population lives in like the top third of the tower, with the exception of others of the Hearth, which are these descendants of engineers and scientists that manage the engine and keep the city running.
We ride the carts down the rest of the way.
I was gonna think we just like hop on the thing and just whee.
Absolutely not. It is a slow and cold and grueling walk. So as you all descend, you have a moment to chat with one another.
Man, this this long ride in this cart all the way down. It's taken a lot out of me.
You want to take a nap? Rest your eyes a little bit?
Yeah, well,
I'll let you know when we
one
get
of them
there.
anyway, and then I'll like close the Cyclopean Mantle's eye.
Perfect.
Okay.
We use
What did you do to Ollie?
Do we have to do this right now?
Right now, Orc.
I'm trying to keep an eye out for any more twin horns.
And so your mouth doesn't work while your eyes are looking? Come on, Orc.
ooh, spicy.
Look, there's about a century ago, the engine started to become less efficient. At first, it was a very, single percentages, less outputs and efficiencies, consuming slightly more fuel. My grandfather was alive when they noticed it. He was working on the engine. And then it, around the time I was born, got into the double digits. And then it continued. And around now, the engine is working at about 50% its original capacity. All of the heating elements that keep the city warm and powered, they're struggling. And as we've pushed the engine, especially during cold and hard times, to maintain output, the engine has failed more and more. Thank you for animating that destruction on the engine. But about 5 years ago, it was discovered that when Ironbound touched the engine, that they died. Not only that, but there was someone had the nerve to measure any changes in the engine when it happened. And it turns out that the engine recovers, improves as a result, kind of comes back to life. I don't know how else to explain it. So, for the last 5 years, Ironbound have been a resource. And you have to understand, the Twin Horns run this place. The way they run it, we have no choice. I didn't want to harvest your friend, as they would call it, but his life is going to keep people alive. Warmer. Safer. Keep this place running. I'm sorry. It's a harsh truth we live in down here.
What happens when you feed Ardent to the engine, Orc?
What do you mean, feed Ardent?
Fuel.
Oh, it's not the kind of fuel it uses.
You have no problem feeding Ironbound to the engine. Have you tried feeding Ardent to it?
If an Ardent like me touches the engine, we just touch an engine.
What about Twin Horns? Seem to have no problem killing.
Twin Horns are Ardent
beasts.
or Celicrae. I mean, as far as I know, it's just this whatever energy animates the Ironbound that the engine consumes. Or, I don't know, absorbs? Who could say?
I don't think you're getting my point, Oric, but that's all right. Let's keep going.
Oh.
I'll pat him on the back and stab him with my prickles, just a tiny little bit.
How did you get behind me? You're in the cart.
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would. I'm very, very concerned.
I'm everywhere.
Shit.
I'm everywhere.
Can Dill feel any of the like gravity that he was feeling before when he went outside his body relative to the anima?
Relative to the engine.
What? Remind me.
Yeah, like that I used to feel relative to like the piece of anima that like now that we're getting close to the engine, like is that feeling there?
As I recall, you only felt that pull to the piece of anima in the ship when you used your spectral violence or violence.
Variance. We miswrote it as violence.
Okay.
Although it can be used for violence.
Yes, absolutely. So remind me what that experience has been like for you.
And
for no, not for me, for our viewers, our listeners who may have forgotten. I obviously remember.
The couple times that Dill has left his body, since he's not actually living, but he's part ghost. His like bits of kitchen have crumbled to the floor, and he's suddenly felt much stronger gravity centered on the piece of anima.
Okay.
That's nearby.
And it's specifically when you've been in your insubstantial form.
So yeah, I guess if he like stretches those muscles during this walk and just sort of like wiggles a little bit out of his body, does he feel any of that gravity here? It's just him lost in his own thoughts as he's listening to Auric and walking down this long spiral.
Give me an instinct and brace. So that'd be 2d6, I think. And then take an advantage. Or if you want to use spectral variance, I'll just tell you the answer.
Like tick the spectral variance tracker?
Yeah, use it.
Yeah, I'll use it.
Okay, you just use it. So mark it, and then you don't need to roll at all. Yes, you absolutely feel a pull towards the base of this tower. Nothing particularly strong. Nothing stronger than what you have experienced on your ship. It's the same.
But it's not normal gravity that you're just feeling anywhere.
I don't think you feel gravity when you are insubstantial. Not normally, but you felt a pull like gravity.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
towards the piece of anima. And you feel it again here, towards the engine.
When I come back to my body and gather up my things that may have, fallen onto the ground as we're walking. Friends, you should know that this engine is giving off the same energy as the anima on our ship. Power goes beyond.
Oh.
What does that mean? What's an anima?
Nothing that concerns
Do we
you
have
or-
that piece with us? Salt asks as he turns to Prickles with the bag.
It's in my, it's Amber's item, I think. So it's like wrapped up in like a handkerchief,
Oh, okay.
like in her pocket.
No, Shannon, remember when this item was introduced to you? It's
big.
large. It's like
Yeah,
the
I
size
thought
of
it
a
was big.
yoga ball, and it's like,
Ah.
or bigger, and it's like at least 150 pounds, if not
Is
way
it-
more.
Okay.
Is it in the sack?
Prickles can't carry that much, friends. Sorry.
Shit.
Brickles has just been walking around with a 200-pound sack.
Is there?
That's how he got behind Auric. He just left the sack in the car. Auric had no idea, no change in weight, and he's just like,
Yeah, this entire walk
Concerned.
pushing the carts? No, it's been holding the carts back from just taking off.
Just
I think this is an important thing that we might want to try.
I'm concerned now because if it's giving off the same energy as anima and it's consuming the souls of Ironbound, would introducing another piece of anima to it only make it worse? I mean, it may make the engine stronger, but it might also make the effects of anima chasing, or I hate to give another piece to this monster. I hate the idea of allowing it to reform even a little bit more.
I'm going to share something with you all that I wasn't planning on telling you, but this seems like the right moment to do it. I am marking a point of damage to tilt on your ship.
We just got that fixed.
Uh-huh. I will explain this as a character later.
Okay.
okay.
I'm going to mark it in red.
Do you want to take the
tilt
risk?
is what, the tentaculary?
Correct.
Do we want to take the risk and feed anima to this engine?
I won't lie. Dill is getting increasingly curious about the feel of this engine and what contact with it might be from a willing participant rather than a harvested one.
Okay. You all make your way down, and after a couple, I guess you could call them floors, everything becomes entirely infrastructural to this place. It is all like mechanisms, boilers, heating elements, tubes, pipes, everything, electronics.
Hot as hell.
It gets noticeably warmer. Not a lot because it's open air down here. But you reach a point where you kind of reach a threshold, and you have to move past some double doors, heavy metal double doors. No, they would not be metal. They would be made of like some sort of concrete, some sort of ceramic material. And behind these doors and the walls and floor is another open air space, but this is insulated. It is much hotter and warmer down here. In fact, almost unbearable. You go from feeling chilled to sweating quickly. And the air is stifling down here to the point where it is difficult. Amber and Salt, I don't know if Prickles breathes necessarily in the traditional sense, but for Salt and Amber, there is an urge to throw off the tarp because it is so stuffy.
The tarp is keeping us cooler.
Yeah.
If you're in a really hot environment that's the heat is from fire or whatever.
Yeah. And it's about halfway down the rest of the ramps that Ollie's like, oh, there's like no one down here. We can take these off. Do y'all want to hop out? All right, fuck.
Ollie?
God damn
I
it.
just got missing that one out.
Auric. No. There's been no sign of Ollie. Until you reach a room with a ton of a really large conduit running out of it, reaching out to a bunch of heat generators, boilers, power engines, and as you follow all the conduits to a central location, there is a structure in the middle, and when you enter it and Auric leads you in, you see quite a large piece of anima here. Very similar in design. Very like MacGyvered, cacophonous construction of just slapping a bunch of shit together is what it looks like. And it's enormous. There is no way you could move this thing. It is like the size of a small house, like a studio apartment.
The engine is a piece of anima?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
It is.
Gotcha.
It is a piece of anima. A rather enormous piece. And
No.
laying there next to it is the body, unmoving, of Ollie Oxenfree.
I go over to kneel by him.
I think I have it, friends. Go ahead, Andy. You finish first.
No. Please. Go ahead.
I think I have it. The answer.
Hey, really quick.
Work. I slap him.
No, Dill, don't touch it. Whatever you do,
Whatever
you do, don't touch it. I'm sorry. I had to. It's a matter of life and death. Please.
We won't touch it.
Whose life?
Yours.
Whose life?
Can we put
Back
him
away
like,
now.
in the bin to like?
Yeah. He will. Auric will help.
No, I thought we were gonna put Auric into one of the bins just to deal with him. Yeah.
So he stops talking.
Yeah, we're quieting Auric. Go take a nap. It's warm down here. Just take a nap, boy.
Have you wondered what is drawing anime here? I think it is this. Anima always seeks to find parts of itself to reattach. But we found out something today that we didn't know. That parts of anima left to themselves slowly dwindle, slowly dissipate, eventually down to nothing. Anima seeks itself, because otherwise it will run out of power, and it will die.
We have to blow it up.
Way we can blowing it up. I don't know if we can blow it up. I don't know if it. I'm worried it will absorb the energy like it absorbs the energy of everything else.
Oh, was there a piece of anima on your ship?
On our ship?
No, on Salt where we rescued him.
Oh shit.
There was that twist way back in session 1 where there was like a ominous like heat source, unidentified heat source on the wreckage of the ship.
Okay. Oh, the one that you were salvaging, or your wreckage of your ship?
Yeah, the wreckage of our ship, like the Cosmer ship.
I don't particularly remember that, but I do not believe my intention was to make that a piece of anima.
Yeah, but I think it's just like a nice little dovetail to,
That's fair. What I will say, I guess, to make this canon, Prickles, you do not detect any particular heat from any piece of anima that you have seen. They are cold, not cold, but just not hot.
I have an idea to see if there's we could learn a lot from this if we can try to sift or draw Ollie's soul back out. If that is possible, then we know that the ironbound, the souls or whatever that aspect is of them, does not become one entirely. They are still separate within and could potentially be separated.
Which would then take power from anima, because that's obviously what it's using to charge itself up. Okay. I like this plan. Super into it.
I have the Fox and the Hound whisper, which I believe Fox, Hound, hunting animals, tracking animals. I think the wit of the Fox and the tracking ability of the Hound, that would help us to find Ollie's soul, or the whisper itself will go and seek Ollie's soul. And if that's not enough, I know my whisper is not the only one that we have in the party.
This is true.
I mean, Bill could also try and enter this machine to get Ollie. He knows Ollie. Ollie knows him.
I'd be worried, Gil, that you wouldn't come back if you entered this machine.
Well,
I mean, I
one
will
of the
say
other whispers is the one that Prickles has is to each their own. I think that speaks to separation, isolation, right?
As a reminder, whispers can be used whispered to learn something. They can be spoken to make a change to the fiction, or shouted to make a dramatic change, while giving me license to twist it. I will
spoken or a shout.
Yes.
So the last whisper is Grove of Twisted Trees, which I could see that conceptually, if this is a collection of souls that are bound within this piece of anima, Grove of Twisted Trees sounds metaphorical to that. So
should we?
I think for certain, Fox and the Hound, I will shout this whisper to use it to assist.
I think we should save at least one whisper for when anima fully arrives.
Okay.
Do we think one might be enough if it's shouted? Or do we think that we need to spend two here?
Spirit of Ollie?
I
think we... Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, in earlier when you said you're worried about losing Dill, I will just say that Dill's whole attitude about taking on Ollie as a potential sacrifice was built on the idea that this is for a good cause. So, like, it's his belief system as well for his own soul. So this doesn't feel like a risk to him. This feels like something he should be able to do.
Is there a way to anchor him?
Whether that's folly or not.
To us?
You know. Well, you could hold on to his stoop fish. I
have an idea. What if we held on to your fish while you, like you're saying, held on to your fish while you searched for Ollie? And if we felt that you couldn't get back, then Salt shouts the Fox and the Hounda whisper as a way to get you back home.
Sure.
I think the Fox and the Hounda is likely needed to try to find, like, to help find Ollie, like give the extra energy towards
I am
that.
Happy to give like litmus tests for, could a whisper be used to do this, and would it be considered a shout or a speak?
Yeah, please.
What consumes the whisper? Does a shout consume it?
All of them consume a whisper.
Yeah. I used Fox and Hounda once, but it was
that one has a tag that gives it good the quality for echo.
Right,
I think is the tag that gives it 2 uses. So here is what I will say as I'm kind of hearing some of these ideas. A shout Okay, let me okay. A whisper could be like, where is, or like what is going on here? Like what has happened to Ollie Oxenfree?
Mm-hmm.
I think would be the most direct way of getting at some of the hidden information here. Bring not Prickles. Jesus. Bring Dill back to his body would be a speak, and something like make Ollie Oxenfree a anchored would be a shout. Just to give some like quick examples of the three contextualized here. I'm happy to address any other options.
What would be an appropriate item for Ollie Oxenfree to anchor to?
I'm sorry.
The engine itself.
I'm asking the party, like, what would be an appropriate item for Ollie Oxenfree? Like, what fits his vibe? That
could he become the engine? Could he become the tower?
The whole fucking tower.
I think I have to draw a line here because divines are they are machine gods in a sense that are far more powerful than an ironbound, anchored, what have you ever could be. That is, I'm going to say that for the sake of my fiction that I am building in this world, that is a hard no. Now, that's not to say that couldn't happen through a lot of hard work to force anima out of the body and then instill some other sentience there.
That's episode 12 and 13.
That's yeah. Sure.
I mean, his body is still here, so he could anchor to some piece of his old body that's here. He's definitely got like old shit from our ship. But yeah. I would say we needed an object that was more significant. I mean, if we donate, you said we had 3 power cells with us. One is potentially going into this engine. He could possibly anchor to one of the other ones if it needs to be.
I have a specimen that is a gold-winged bee.
You just need a little tiny bee like buzzing around, then
Amber,
it's like Ollie's.
Amber, you've also got a Polycaster radio.
I
have a Polycaster radio too. That's true.
This is Ollie Oxenfree on 92.6.
Change his channel. This is Ollie Oxenfree on 101.7.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
If we shout to re-anchor his soul, I would say that the twist is that Nick chooses whatever deranged object he wants to.
I bet, honestly, yes. Like that seems fair.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
All right. Salt.
Go ahead.
Salt will use a whisper as a shout. He'll shout out a demand for the fox and the hound to seek and bring back their companion from this piece of anima. Okay.
So we haven't spoken a lot about whispers, and I think that there was like I'm not going to speak for Brian, but there was a disinterest in the like kind of magicness of whispers, and I was happy to allow you to still use them because I think they're an important part of this game, but more as like a narrative brush as players and collaborative storytellers. So I guess my question is, do we want to engage in the space magicness of whispers, or would we rather articulate like a different means by which you all pull Ollie Oxenfree out of here?
I mean, I'd still down to like get in there and try and pull him out. The whisper could help guide me back if I get lost.
Yes.
I don't want to take away from your narrative journey if that is something that Dill wants to do, but I will express that it is something that we are all very hesitant to allow because we love Dill.
Here's what I'll say.
Well, all stories come to an end too. So.
Yeah. I will say
if Dill
that
dies, I'll take over Auric. I mean, I'll.
I mean, but Oryx made of meat.
I'll make this very clear because I think that this is interesting, and this is kind of a big thing I had in mind for Dill, Andy, as we were headed this direction, and this became the direction y'all wanted to go with in the map, but also the direction I decided to take the story is like interacting with this piece of anima. That is absorbing Ironbound. Now, to be clear, I have a question for you. Have you touched the other piece of anima?
No. I've only felt its gravity.
Okay, but you've never touched it.
I didn't help carry it.
Yeah, it's in my storeroom on the ship.
If you had, that's fine. We wouldn't need to change anything. If you had, this is not the same behavior as the other piece of anima.
No, you gave us our first clue of this when he broke out of his body to confront his drug confusion with Dylan.
Sure.
After Pickle shot him.
So,
yeah.
He's feeling a pull to this thing, and he's like, I can feel Ollie in there.
Yeah.
Or at least he wants to. I don't even know if that's true. It might just be his own hopes.
I think because you are anchored, you can go in, touch and go enter this piece of anima, and be able to come back to your body. It is not without its risks. And a whisper is a, just in case, smash the glass, pull the lever.
Dill's gonna throw back the spectral hot toddy, and
oh yeah.
Okay. What was the original components of this? It was
the spectral hot toddy was
there was definitely vomit.
Ichor made from Ichor distilled from a ambergris vomit byproduct of the engine. And spectral flowers, which gave it a ghost quality.
Spectral flowers being just some sort of specimen that you had?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, we don't really know what that means. Okay, so consuming
flowers from the other plane,
yeah.
And some absinthe too, I think, right?
No, the absinthe was after.
That was after.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
whiskey.
I think that the baseline effect of your spectral hot toddy is that you can see weird. You can see ghost shit, so to speak. Do you normally have that kind of animated blue energy that is sometimes associated with Ironbound?
Yeah.
Okay.
His fish glows, and
that's right. Yes, but it was Ollie that did not have it, I think. And so you drink the hot toddy, and you can see your vision becomes kind of filtered through a blue lens. You look over at Ollie Oxenfree's body, and nothing changes. They're he is gone from his body. You suspect
is anything else? Oh, go ahead.
It takes you a minute, and you're looking at the engine of anima, and there's some spots that look like this kind of blue haze, blue filter is kind of thicker as you look at the engine of anima. And you realize something. Everyone is watching you look at it and kind of hum and haw. You back up. You go back to the entrance to this room, and you can see the picture far more clearly. There is a burning, a massive aura burning around the engine that you could not see as close as you were. You were standing in it. It was like a fog to you. But as you step back, you can see there is a massive, roiling of spirits, of energy, souls, whatever you want to call them. There is a single massive amount, but you sort of see individual, much smaller pieces moving around, the size that you would associate with an ironbound, so to speak. But maybe you've had a spectral hot toddy or engaged in this type of effect in the past. The spirits of these ironbound that must have been consumed, fed, harvested by the engine, they appear to have been weakened or
it's the music, Andy.
That like buzzing or humming. Yeah, that's the music I've got. They do not appear whole. Like they are moving around independently within the massive body of this aura, but they also appear to be fading. And you can, because this is a like extra, there's an extra effect here. You are commingling with this. You can feel emotion here. You can feel, yeah, you can feel the emotion of the body, the spirit of anima, the entity that is anima that inhabits this body, that is made of very like eerily the same stuff you are.
Yeah,
but more complex, denser, heavier. But you can also commingle with the kind of half spirit remains of other ironbound that are a part of this too. And so you kind of see the whole picture, but step back into it and can feel all of this. And you also, it's hard to miss because it's Ollie and he is fresh. He is not broken down.
Does one of the spirits annoy the fuck out of me
immediately? Yes. You're like, great. There's Ollie. I've got him dialed in. Anytime I want to engage, I can go chat him up on the emotional level. And I think with that, we're gonna take our break and we will be right back. All right, we are back. What's up, Andy? Oh, takes a sip.
It's the hot toddy.
It's the hot toddy.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, nice. So, yes.
Getting in character.
You are experiencing all of this through the lens of being a little tipsy. You are still in your body. Experiencing all of this. How does this sit with you?
Hey, Nick, turn cams to stream. Oh, never mind. There it is. I'm on delay. I'm so sorry. Andy.
You said that I could like immediately sense my annoyance with Ollie, like I could identify his soul already.
Yes. Let me first paint you a picture of the emotion that you're feeling from anima, since it is going to be impossible to ignore and is probably a bit overwhelming.
Cool.
Anima's whole vibe emotionally is and you're now realizing that you picked up on this when you have felt that pull from the other piece of anima aboard the ship. Anima's
Even though I'm still corporeal now?
You are physical now, but when you have been corporeal in the past, you've felt a lot from the piece of anima on the ship, but you're now realizing what part of what you felt was, and you realize that you already had a small amount of emotional exposure to anima, but you didn't quite realize it. What you are sensing now in an overwhelming sense is a desire for unity, like homogenization.
Mm-hmm.
And you are also experiencing something different with this massive piece of anima, and that is desperation. There is an overwhelming sense of desperation and a stronger pull for unity, but it is entirely emotional and it does not feel physical.
Okay. I walk back towards my crew, and hand my dish to Amber. It's small. It's like, heart sized.
What happens if you move your iron fish away from your body?
Well, then I go spectral variance. So
Okay.
I'm just giving it to her for safekeeping. Don't go too close to the engine with this. Keep it separate.
I'm literally going to walk as far away from the engine as I can possibly be while still holding his little.
In the words of what should be a whisper in this world, you gotta keep them separated.
Hey, don't pay no mind.
Amber, you are thinking about something. Some words that you said a little bit ago that is not nagging at you. You talked about blowing anima up.
Mm-hmm.
Something about that feels familiar.
Do I have a flashback?
Let's see. Should we have a flashback? Give me a... Are you trying to force a flashback?
Maybe. I think she's just trying to think of a way to...
Remembering.
I'll let you roll for it, but I'm not gonna give it to you unless you succeed at a roll right now. But you could try and force it with an iron delve.
Ugh.
Okay.
Iron being force, determination, and willpower, your determination to remember. Delve being a skill of dust, remnants, and forgotten ways.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Traverse barriers and unearth secrets.
If I get a 6, I'm gonna shit. All right. Oh, I got a 6 and a 2.
Incredible. Wait, you should be rolling 3 dice.
Oh, because I have 2 in Delve.
You do.
Want me to roll one
It's
more?
like your whole thing that we haven't done at all.
A 3.
Okay, 6, a 2, and a 3. Yes, you do have a flashback here in this moment. And it comes at an odd time as you're holding this iron fish of Tills. You are piloting a mech. Not a divine, just your run-of-the-mill mech. You had ordered some of your fellow security officers for the Takashi terraforming concern to go to their mechs and engage the enemy being a platoon of other mechs and a divine anima, which is terrifying. Going up against a divine is really scary when you don't have a superior advantage of force or weapons. And all you all had was mechs and some anti-air cannons that surrounded the city. But they were not much against anima, who could reassemble its fallen autopiloted comrades. Or incorporate them into itself. But as the battle for the city and the planet became what you sense, and you don't remember the particulars, but as it became a losing battle, you recall communicating with your superiors, asking for reinforcements, asking for any other options. And it occurred to you that something that Takashi Terraforming Concern had been working on, their compound for stabilizing ecosystems and terraforming planets, had such a rapidly acting organic element to it that perhaps it could overwhelm Anima's ability to rebuild itself. And you recall at near point blank firing a weapon at Anima that upon detonation exploded in verdancy.
Oh, fuck.
And you remember upon explosion just a torrent of plant growth literally ripping Anima apart into hundreds and thousands of pieces in its growth. In one fell swoop, with one swift strike, you were responsible for killing a divine. And it was also one of the most horrifying moments of your life because you unleashed a flood on an entire planet in the same moment. And you remember nothing after this.
Oh my God.
Just to reiterate, because you've heard the name of this, it's not a weapon, but you certainly used it as one.
Mm-hmm.
This compound of Takashi's was called CRE Saberine. Saber being the planet that one of the compounds within the mixture is from. The planet featured CRE Saberine. Saber, the planet of Saber being where
we are.
No. That
was the origin.
That is the planet heavily featured in season 2 of this show that used a form of biological, how would we describe this? A biological tool to stabilize the planet's ecosystem.
Yep.
Awesome.
Because they had ruined their planet and then restabilized it.
Is that orthographically close to Krezerin to say that the Krezerin is Kresaber?
I don't know. You haven't heard this word or seen it spelled out.
Okay.
I just spelled it out, and that was the first thing I thought.
Amber, you've seen this spelled out, and they are interestingly similar.
Cool.
Notably similar.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay.
Now.
Oh my God.
So Amber is having a moment. Dill is experiencing a lot, more than just one moment. What about you, Salt and Prickles? Any conversation to be had? Anything you're keen on doing here? Well, your companion Dill
we don't
is
see any of the soul stuff. Only Dill does.
There's only one Ghostbuster on this team.
Right, and is Dill's body like essentially in a heap?
No, he's in his body. He drank.
At the moment of handing my fish heart over to Amber, once I let go of it, I assume I will go incorporeal. But we're in the final stop right now.
Okay. So while Dill is handing off his ironfish to Amber, and they seem to have that like kind of daze. Salt is going to approach Dill and then just reassure him if something happens, and I don't know what it would look like if you got lost in there, but if I see something that doesn't look good with your body, if time goes by and nothing seems to change, I'm going to do what I can to bring you back. I've got you, Dill.
Thank you. I will attempt to pay attention to the heart in Amber's hands. I will attempt to pulse it in colors to communicate while I am separate. Look for the S. Do you know Morse? Do you know signal? Do you speak signal? Okay.
Yes.
Look for the SOS lights from the heart.
I shall. And I mean, if the worst happens, you're very honorable, and I respect you. The time together has been great.
Hey,
come back.
Likewise, my friend. This is nothing but a short errand. I will retrieve this asset which belongs to us for our own purposes from these nefarious idiots. We will get our sacrifice.
Oh, speaking as a...
Ulrich, you keep your mouth shut.
Please don't kill my town, my city.
Ulrich, I told you before, there are bigger things happening than you.
Bigger than the tower?
And your petty needs.
Than your mass murder, Orc.
Are the entire tower's lives are petty?
If the people of the Ironbound community are petty to you, then yes, your tower is petty to me.
Please, we've only been trying to survive, and we've had no other way until now. Please don't punish everyone else for my sins.
I'm gonna slap him. I'm doing it.
Put another blanket.
Nova's wagging her tail very hard now. All
Oh,
right.
hang on, we gotta give her a treat. It's happening.
All right. Prickles, what's up with you?
Right now I'm trying to... I think I'm kind of keeping an eye on the door. Make sure nothing disturbs this. Keeping an eye on Oric to make sure he doesn't bolt. Looking around for a place where if I need to plug in this fuel cell somewhere to jumpstart a reaction, I can. I'm on kind of Overwatch react mode right now. This is going to be Dill's endeavor. There's not a whole lot I can do to help him at this point. I'm going to make sure that he's not interrupted.
Okay. Sounds good. Dill.
Can I describe to Salt? There's nothing celestial about the arrangement of spirits that I'm seeing in this aura, right?
No.
Okay. Never mind.
Sorry.
All right. Okay. I like soup fish, and should I take another thing on the spectral variance tracker? Go incorporeal and slide into the engine.
All right. You move into spectral form. What are you hoping to achieve through spectral form, as opposed to being able to communicate while using the spectral hot toddy?
2 objectives. Better understand the engine, how it works, and how we might interact with it, and collect the soul of an annoying, chaotic weirdo who I need for my own purposes.
One moment while Nova takes this treat.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good job, Nova.
Okay. Okay. Very good. So you go spectral, and immediately the emotional pull to become one, the drive, the call, almost an order that you've felt to rejoin with the engine, with this piece of anima, becomes physicalized, ironically, as you become unphysical. And your body falls with a clatter to the floor. I'm going to need a roll from you to resist being pulled in.
Yeah.
Give me
the iron brace.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta get back to my dice. There we go.
And I know this is silly with 2 dice. You have your mire, that's your body cracks and splits and weakens.
Yeah, I'm away from my body.
You are away from your body.
Does the spectral variance or the hot toddy not give me anything here?
I think the spectral hot toddy, the fact that you were
or does Salt's comments to me about his value of me as part of this crew help to countermand the pull to a different crew of the order of this amalgamated soul pile? Is there an advantage from his words?
Okay.
That reminds me I have another crew.
I think that there's an advantage from those words helping ground you in your identity. It's primed you to stay true to yourself and keep yourself at the front of your mind, amid all of the noise that's trying to convince you that you are a part of this thing. You are one with this thing, is what it is screaming at you, shouting at you, trying to instill in every fiber of your being. And then there's the fact that you did drink the spectral hot toddy, which should be consumed, by the way. It's gone.
Oh, yeah.
You were prepared for the intensity of the pull here. So you were braced for it. So take 2 advantages.
Oh, 4? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I see a 6.
5, 1, 2.
Okay, you hold absolutely firm and are in complete control here.
Yes.
As you shift out of your body and stand amid the emotional and physical torrent that draws you in to everything that is anima. And you begin to understand a couple of things at once. You could understand how this being, just a small fraction of this being, is calling to inanimate objects, but not just that, but the spirit within them, and ordering them with such gravitas to move, to join, to move stuff. Like, you're beginning to understand the magic, for lack of a better word, that is anima and how it works. The second thing is you feel that there is a deep connection between you and anima, you as an ironbound. There is something about your nature that is the same or derived from the nature of anima, and that anima is a superior being to you. I don't know how, like, this has not been a show about like the food chain and superiority of creatures. So it does feel a little bit out of place to say this, but you are feeling that.
feeling a sense of superiority over other things.
It is. You feel like anima is. What if an Ironbound were a god? What if an Ironbound could do anything it wanted? What if all Ironbound came together like a Celicrae, a plurality in one being, one voice, but many?
So I'm just gonna contextualize this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think these are beliefs that would jive with Dill at all.
Fair.
His drives are free a shackled construct and send other spirits to peaceful rest. This thing is not offering peace, rest, or unshackled self.
Then I invite you to reject this notion.
Yeah, Dill wholeheartedly rejects what this thing is promising, and sees it as the trap that has caught all the other Ironbound that were pushed into it. And reaches out for another fellow spirit who I think also is so individualistic and flighty that he would also equally not be into any of the collectivist stuff happening in this space.
I couldn't agree more. You reach
Ollie?
out. Dill?
Ollie?
Dude, it sucks here.
Ollie, I can tell. It's awful.
What
Why
is...
would you ever want to be here?
I don't want to. I got forced down here, and they made me hold my hand out and touch this thing. They said it would save the world or something. Maybe they said the tower, but they seemed really strongly about it, and I felt like I wanted to help.
Okay, Ollie. Come over to me. Maybe we can help you from this machine.
Did they take my stuff?
No. We have your stuff.
Oh, good. Okay.
I lost the voice. And we're getting you more stuff.
Oh, perfect. I can't see. Where am I? What's going? Where do I go? Can you help?
He's in like a spinning maelstrom of soul shit.
Yeah,
it's like that scene from the animated Hercules or something.
Oh, okay. Totally. I was
Uh-oh.
Mission Impossible Rogue Nation when he's in the underwater giant forest.
Yes. Except yes.
Without a Rebecca Ferguson to save the day. So Dill will swim out to get a hold of Ollie.
Okay. You swim out and reach out for Ollie, and try and tether yourself to him to pull him out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need one roll.
Can I boost this roll real quick?
Boost it?
Yeah, can I add an action to the context here? As I get a hold of Ollie, I'm just going to call out. Are there any others here who don't agree? Are there dissenters among you? You dissent? Do you refuse?
Okay.
Nice.
You call out. Give me
This is another season where I roll charisma that I don't have.
This sounds like a flourish, a skill of showmanship, rhythm, and performance, or maybe it's sway. You don't have sway.
I would say flourish. This is a performed like revolutionary action, just like my like intimidating auric bit. Like this,
Is this like I have heard people do this, so I'm just kind of like parroting what I've heard.
I've heard inspiring speeches to get people ready for battle from the Stregonona.
I might also argue that this has elements of concoct as well, because it says a skill of reactions, essences, and deeper understanding. I know it's for distilling chemicals, but
concocting a bullshit story.
I think that if you had a bunch of like abilities or mystical tools at your disposal, that could absolutely work here.
I only have the Phantom Blade, which is I haven't yet come up against a soul in here that's like trying to fight me. So
Anima.
I think Anima, if there are those that would try and follow you and Anima would surround their essence and try and hold them back, you could use the Phantom Blade here.
Well, you tell me.
No,
are there other dissenters? I don't even know if there are.
I think it's within the realm of possibility. I think the dice will ultimately decide, but I think using the Phantom Blade and marking it. No, you don't even need to mark it to use it. Yeah. I think the Phantom Blade, it's a ghost of a sword. Yeah, it could help. Literally fight Anima's hold on any potential dissenters. So take an advantage. Take an advantage here.
All right. So how many dice am I rolling?
This would be iron, and flourish is 2 plus the Phantom Blade is 3.
Awesome.
All right, rolling to fuck up Ghost Town.
Fuck up Ghost Town. Oh shit.
It was meant to be.
Awesome.
We have chosen the correct path.
Awesome. Yes, we have. Absolutely. This is a sign. I believe it.
Okay. What?
I'm just warning you, I'm bringing out more souls than I went in with, and more than just Ollie.
Yeah. What does it mean?
I mean, first of all, like if I'm super successful and there's a lot of dissenters still in this spiraling toilet bowl, like. Are they able to anchor onto like every inanimate object in the engine room that we're in? Like,
popping up everywhere.
Hell yes.
Is this the whole tower becoming an amalgam? I don't know.
Okay.
You said that was too big, so we can avoid
full
that.
Voltron.
Okay.
I think because you did this without a whisper, like I think it makes sense to me.
The twist is the fucking edge.
Here's what I think happens. There are a number of ironbound spirits here that are trapped. And they do seem, I mean, trapped is I'm going to say that I'm using that loosely, because many of them seem very content. You suspect that there are many ironbound that have fully, like,
they're bought in.
That's not what I mean. Like,
dissipated.
They are fully a part of Anima now.
They're assimilated already.
Assimilated is maybe too strong a word, but yes.
Digested.
Sure, we'll use digested. Because that's how ghosts work.
In this world,
they gotta generate ectoplasm somehow.
There are many who are here that feel they are bought in though, like as you put it. The pull of Anima, it feels natural. That's the scary thing to you, I think, Dill. It feels there is a part of this. I know you're rejecting it, but there is a part of this that seems natural, and maybe you are kind of like The fact that it feels natural is unnatural. I don't know. You tell me. But there are some that feel so more than content to be here. But there are many.
It feels good in the way that joining a cult and feeling a collective power for disenfranchised people feels good. Like,
but it's like complete acceptance, and it feels like belonging. There is, it's. Were you going to say something, Travis?
Yeah, I've got something to pitch for the twist.
I would love to hear it.
Or maybe this is the way you're kind of leaning already, and then the twist could be something else. But the spirits that agree with Dill and want to leave, I propose the twist might be that Dill might have a bit of a struggle of his own, temporarily housing these spirits until we can find them bodies or scrap to inhabit.
I'm not going. I like that. I'm not going to agree to it unless Andy accepts it.
You want a bunch of
that is a dramatic change to a character that is not ours. What I would say, Andy, if this at all incentivizes you, while you are inhabited by multiple Ironbound, which I would allow, you may take any Celicrae aspect.
That's great.
So he's
related to plurality is what I will say.
Hellbound.
I know there's one like they can explode out of their body, shedding it. Awesome. That is not one you'd be able to take because you are not physically multiple things.
Gotcha. No, I in my mind, Dill is like literally just gathering these people under his wing, and just like attempting to barrel out. So if they're stuck wrapped up in this aisle when they come out, I mean, I think that makes sense.
Okay. I'm fine with that. Here is what I'll say. So you can take any Celicrae aspect, run it by me first, just to confirm, but I think you get what I'm getting at.
I need that page.
Because your body is not meant to be inhabited by multiple entities, that's not how Ironbound or Anchored work, but you're doing it anyway. You are going to mark the mire. I love this so much now. Fruits you collect rot and sour in their jar. Singular, not plural jars.
That's the char mire.
I know, it's great, right? We've completely changed it. We've completely changed it. It's perfect.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, Andy.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
It would make it a lot easier to make hooch from that, though. Just throwing that out there. If we could ferment fruit that much faster, we might have a money-making scheme on our hands here.
All right.
Perhaps we don't ferment fruit, but we ferment discontent.
Ooh.
True plurality, bro.
That's a spicy brew.
All right. Gosh. Okay. So, because you've been nailing these roles, Dill, you are able to wade through the torrent and cut your way past any resistance that you might meet from anima and reach your iron fish and body once again. And as you come to, once again, you feel, let's say claustrophobic.
Ooh.
Within your own body. There is too much going on in here. And you hear many voices that are gleeful, grateful, joyful, but are also kind of freaking the fuck out because they don't have a body of their own. And they are not ironbound. They are not used to being dead.
Ollie.
Anchored, you mean?
I was gonna say, do I have Ollie as well?
They're not used to being anchored. Ollie is not here. Ollie has returned to his own body.
Excellent.
And has kind of like perked up and looks around. And says, "Oh my god, I'm alive! Thanks, y'all."
Can I describe like a brief narrative scene of what this looks like from our perspective?
Yes,
because we don't see any of the soul stuff going on at all.
No, not at all. This is fucked.
So I think Salt is like watching intently the iron fish, and before going in, Dill said, "Watch for like the Morse code or the signaling for like signs of like anything that's going on, anything bad or whatever." And I think it's like flashing in a pattern or whatever. So once like Dill was talking to Ollie, and then I think it was like flashing a symbol for found or sight, or like something that we would use to signal land ho, or we found what we were looking for. And then when he was bringing multiple souls with him, we see the signal for many or more, and Salt is like, many more, multiple. What does this make sense to you, Amber? What's going on? Is this more help? More what? I mean,
does he need more from us? Yeah, I don't know. I think she's going to be at a loss as well.
So we're just like racking our brains trying to figure out what the heck is going on because we can't see anything. That's all I got. That's as far as I got.
When he wakes back up, is he like, hello, 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 hi, hello, like, happy? Like, is it going to be like all of the...
I think, I mean, the sound of Dill's voice is already like metal clanging vibration sounds, so I assume it would just be a cacophony of like noises. Like very intelligible to you, but even like "I think I'm back" sounds like someone dumped a bucket of screws down a stairway. Like it's, you know, it's like a crazy pile of noise every time he speaks. We're back.
We're back. We're back. We're back.
We're back.
We're back. You all hear many voices.
Amber
Many.
is going to drag Dill and Ollie, like grab their hands and like pull them as far away from Anima as she can get them. Mm-hmm. And she's gonna like gesture to Salt and to Prickles and be like, "Hey, I have some shit that I need to share with you."
Prickles, you're a little preoccupied at the moment because through the crack in the door, as you're keeping watch, you see Dick, Ironhorn Enforcer, muttering to himself, coming down the path towards the door.
We throw him into the engine. Can we like throw him into like into the oven? So let's just kill him.
What do you do, Prickles? Or what are you thinking as we begin to wrap up for the evening?
We have something going on here that is important, and this is a thorn, literal thorn in our side.
Speaking of... Oh, I'm sorry, please.
This is a prick in our side. Wait.
I think I take a position behind something. When I get a chance, I'm gonna have to take him out.
Okay.
He will not be stopping what goes on here.
Yeah.
what Dylan's doing is too important.
His name is Dick.
I think you get the perfect opportunity. Tell me, how determined and focused are you in this moment?
I think I let my iris blossom eyes see the heat. And I stop looking at what my eyes would see, but look at the vision of the heat and the beat of his heart. And I wait until I can almost hear it in my senses as opposed to see it. Position myself behind a wall. And when he moves past, I can feel and hear his heartbeat moving past. I draw my flare pistol. I fire on his back.
It's challenging because there is heat everywhere. It's almost like being blinded. But there is one particular moment that actually makes it a little easier for you. And that is a moment that you hear and feel through vibrations in the air. And that is what's the right word for this? Wheezing, squealing, and grinding of the engine as what has kept it moving suddenly becomes very weak. And it becomes a shudder through the whole structure of this area of its weakness suddenly made physical. And it is not heat, but the absence of it as the temperature of Dick drops as he hears this noise, and his body goes into a slight shock as he hears the lifeblood of his civilization begin to die. And he pauses and looks up at the door, and you shoot him right in the head. And he dies.
Good shot.
In my head, I'm picturing like, hey, Prick. It was Prick, right?
I don't think Prickles, unfortunately, in this situation would joke. Walk up to the body, you would check, make sure that it wasn't moving.
That's like the Nathan Fillion version.
I think that through his mask, there is burnt flesh. And I think you have your answer there.
And then I shove him to the side.
And
move over to hear what Amber has to say while resuming my watch.
All right. I think that given where we're at on time, that would be a great place to start next week.
I'm going to write it down because I will forget.
In 2 weeks, Nick. In 2 weeks.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yo!
All right. So next week, the cast and perhaps a guest will be joining us to play a one-shot because one of our members will be getting hitched. Woo! Woo!
Congratulations, Travis.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be so much fun. I'm excited.
I can't wait to hear about it and to see pictures of y'all looking great and cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Excellent.
there's gonna be a lot of good pictures for sure.
Yes, looking forward to it. So I guess a brief announcement. I've been working on a role-playing game called Millennial Hiring Managers, which is a hack of James D'Amato's Millennial Apartment Hunters. We're gonna play test it next week. And when I say play test it, I mean it. This will be the first time this game's ever been played, so we will be playing as regular people We will not be
We will
playing
break
as
it.
orcs. We will not be playing as vampires. We're just gonna play as regular people.
Or sexy wizards.
Or sexy battle wizards. No, we can play that another
I
time.
love that game, but
It's
some
so
other time.
fun.
You gotta bring me in on the second play test then.
Yes, absolutely.
I have to role play as a boring human that I already am.
You can create a character.
Wait, you're not a boring human, Andy.
You can create a character, Andy. You can be as unboring as you want to be.
But not an orc legion supervisor.
Correct.
No,
Not yet.
but we could be like a nepotism baby character. That could be fun to play too.
Andy, you know more than most people. I love that.
Do you know who my dad is? We could be Malfoys. You don't know. Like,
No,
it's gonna be great.
I used to work at a family-owned private for-profit college. Family-owned and operated college.
Gross. All of that.
Yeah. You could actually make this for first time players. The recommendation is to take on the personality of their least favorite manager or boss ever.
Yes.
Almost offer therapy through the game as they examine their relationship with the shittiest boss.
I'm beginning to realize perhaps one of the flaws of the game is that we are playing as the hiring managers, and the people that are supposed to be crazy are the candidates for the job we're hiring for. Which is kind of a difficult place to put yourself in sometimes, unless you have actively tried to recruit people and your candidates have sucked.
But if you're an active hiring manager right now,
I'm with you, Brian. We're gonna have a great time.
Yep.
All right. So join us next week for that, or find it on our one-shot playlist of the YouTube channel after it airs next week. But
totally be the second most important thing that happens next week, because the first is definitely Travis's wedding.
100. Getting married, buddy.
100%.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right. If we don't see you next week, happy Halloween. Mazel tov to you, Travis, and thanks for joining us. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.